I really needed a pen because I was coming up with all these ideas. I had no pen. So my mind told me to go up Telegraph Hill with all the parrots. And I went all the way down and I walked for like 4 miles, like an hour. And then I went down a dirt road and it was dark. Went down a dirt road for about 10 minutes. And then my mind told me to face the fence, to reach up, and it was dark. And I reached up and I grabbed a pen in the dark, down a dark street. And it was in my hand. And I was like, what the fuck, have magic pen? And like,
Well,
that
and,
happened, no.
well, and there's one other factor in play, and that's your father in the non-physical who passed from COVID and all, and he's very much a part of your sessions. And the time I said today I'm gonna take you,
Yeah.
and then you said he read up string theory. He was a stockbroker and very much into metaphysics. So he's probably having a little bit to do with, go through the dark into the woods and you'll find a pen.
I don't know how it happened. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
What do the rest of you think about these things happening for Corky?
I think it's amazing. You were talking, I kept getting an image of kind of, if essentially you jumped up and your head went through the ceiling, but your body remained below. And it was this sense of kind of, so your head's that level of subtle and manifesting energy, that's going to be a little scrambling to what's going on. But it was kind of you up and your head was somewhere else, but your body was still here. And the fact is, it's funny, years ago, I think they were called apports in the old time mediumistic work, because it's kind of they would say it's the alleged transference of an article from one space to another without any recognizable source. And quite often the old time mediums would, there was a lot of them that faked it, but then there were a couple that actually worked. They would bring something in, or a silver dollar or an Indian nickel or something like this would drop in just on the table. And it was this amazing transference, quite often helped by those on the other side. And I think it's a fascinating thing. I mean, that would be a difficult story, I'm assuming, to tell in most audiences.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think it's so cool. I think it's really neat that it happens. And I mean, what greater evidence do you need of a higher connection and a bigger picture than that? I mean, that is super, I think.